Hi everyone, this is Eileen Caddy's guidance for today, January the 6th. Never be envious of another's spiritual advancement or achievements. Realize that you too can do the same, but you have to do something about it and not just sit there bemoaning your lot in life. Every soul can reach the heights. Every soul can find direct contact with me. Every soul can walk and talk with me if you want to and accept the fact. You must believe it is possible and you must want to do it. Then you most certainly will. It need not take lifetimes. It need not take any time. You can change in the twinkling of an eye if you choose to do so. One moment you can be walking in the old, and the next you can be in the glorious new. It can happen as quickly as that, and with no effort at all on your part, but a deep longing, determination, and absolute faith and belief. Why not try it and let my peace and love infill and enfold you? Well, I love this. I love this reading because it's a reminder, and you get this a lot with the teachings that come through Eileen Caddy. It's a reminder that we need to do our part, but it doesn't have to be hard. We need to have the willingness, we need to have the determination, and we need to actually do something. Okay, nothing happens unless we do something. It took me years to figure that out on my spiritual path and on a journey of personal development. It doesn't matter how many insights we get, it doesn't matter how many peak moments we might get in meditation. We need to be willing and determined. We need to have that strong desire to awaken in this lifetime, to enlighten in this lifetime. But if we do, then it can happen for us. It doesn't have to happen in hundreds of years. It doesn't have to happen in hundreds of lifetimes. It can happen now, but the willingness has to come from us. We have to do our part. We have to do something. The moments when I have had the most extraordinary transcendence of consciousness, peak moments, if you will, moments where I have felt God, have been where I have sat with determination and discipline and obedience in my practice. And in the end, in my practice, the most recent time I had such an awakening moment, I had thrown out all of the meditation techniques that I learned. But I was still there at 4:30 in the morning, sitting with a lit candle and actually the words of Eileen Caddy, in a state of deep devotion and feeling of love for God. When we do our part, when we show our own willingness, when we show our own determination, God sees that we're serious, and that's when grace comes in. I think this is what this teaching particularly speaks to. But if we are willing to do our part, then grace does show up. One of my other spiritual teachers who runs the meditation school where I trained to become a meditation teacher, the school is called Hridaya, which means spiritual heart. They have headquarters in Mexico and France. If you're ever interested in doing a silent retreat there or going deeper on your journey, they do yoga retreats as well. The founder, Sahajananda, often says something similar. We have to have the discipline and the obedience to show up. We have to have the practice. But it isn't in the end about the practice. It's not about the meditation technique. It's not about the mat. It's about the discipline and the willingness, the determination to show up. But if we come with that, then we can. There is the possibility of awakening and enlightening to the truth of who we are, the truth of our divine nature, the truth of unconditional love, that are very And change is possible. I think that's the other key message from here. Change is possible. Yeah. I know, again, from my own journey, because sometimes it has felt like I'm wading through treacle, and that change is hard and slow, and that nothing seems to change for a very long time. But if we want it to, change can happen quickly. And maybe that's a belief system that we need to install. Maybe we have acquired a limiting belief that change is hard and slow because we haven't found the right teacher or the right words or the right whatever it was we needed, or just our karma has meant things have taken a certain amount of time. But we can, or maybe, or even that because we believe things are slow and take a long time, that's why change takes a long time. But if we want it to, change can happen quickly. It can happen in the twinkling of an eye. It's that jump that A Course in Miracles talks about. We're letting go of the old. We're not trying to change the old, even. We're not trying to heal all of those old wounds and all of that pain, even. We're just simply not recognizing it as who we are anymore, and we're jumping. Then again, spiritual teachers from the meditation and yoga school say you might never get to the bottom of all of those old limiting beliefs and behaviors that come up in yoga. In Sanskrit, they're called vasanas, and samskaras. Samskaras, these limiting beliefs, and vasanas, the deep-rooted patterns underneath them. You cut the head off one and another one comes up. You could spend a lifetime or lifetimes doing that. Sooner or later, you have to jump. You have to just let go and jump into the new. And that is possible. That, again, that idea in A Course in Miracles, sun and the clouds obscuring the light, the cloud of unknowing obscuring the light. And we stop identifying with the clouds. We stop seeing the clouds, and we just see the light behind. It can happen that quickly. Sending you lots of love.